Hello everyone. Yeah, I decided to make this video today because I was hanging out on the Hmong forums and I had a little debate with this guy. We were debating on how to spell Soob Lwj Yaj's name, the guy who invented the Hmong script, and he had his version of spelling, and then I don't want to say, I'll say my version of spelling. I'm just going by the resources that I've been using to learn Hmong. But yeah, he insists that it's spelled a certain way. But after doing research, I came to a conclusion that they're pretty much the same. It's just, I don't know, it's pretty deep. You have to know like why they're similar. So okay, he said he was telling me that the name was spelled like this. Well, first of all, let me go ahead and write how it's spelled, how they write it in the book. Okay, first of all, when they translate to English, okay, when they translate his name to English, they spell it like this. That's how they spell his name. I hope you guys can see that. But that's how they spell his name. So, this is just the shown part. We're not worried about the other part, but just this part. This is the main part that we were talking about. So that's how they spell his name in English. Okay? But if you spell it in Hmong, how they spell it in Hmong, if you know how to read the Pa Ho script, this is how they spell it. This is exactly how they spell it. They spell it like that. Shoo. That's how they spell it. Shoo. Shoo. And in Hmong, okay, let me write his spelling. And then he told me on the forums that he said, well, perhaps you're disinformed, or the people who wrote your book, they don't know Hmong, or if they are Hmong, then they're just misinformed. But this is how he said it was spelled. He said it was spelled like this. He said it was spelled like this. Okay, you guys see that? He said it's spelled like shoo, 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 shoo. Well, no, I take it back. I messed up. I'm going to get to that in a minute. But if you read this in Hmong, it will be read as sio, 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 sio. See, look, listen to that. Sio, 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 and then listen to this. Shoo, shoo. See, this X here is an S. It's pronounced as S. This here is pronounced as a sh. In Hmong, this is the S. It's pronounced as an S. And a letter, this letter here, just this letter by itself, will be this one. That's your X in Hmong. And that's pronounced as an S. You see that? This letter here is this S, that X. Now, the sh here, this sh here is spelled, let's see, the sh here is spelled like this. You see that? That's sh. That's sh. That's how sh is pronounced. So you have your sh here and you have your s here. S, sh. Okay? Now, how do they spell the name? How do they actually, the resource I've been using, this is how they spell his name. Shoo, they spell it just like this. Okay, you have your vowel, you start with your vowel here. Okay? And then see that? Look at that. That's how they spell his name. So this letter here, you have your vowel and you have your consonant. Now, if you know how to read Pa Ho, then you will know that this letter here is a sh sound. You will know that it's a sh sound, and know that this letter here is a s sound. But if you don't know how to read Paho, you can go to Omiglot and look at all the letters. And when you go look at them, look for this letter here. You're going to see this letter, and you're going to see written under it is going to be written like this. It will be like S-A-U. It will be written as S-A-U. That's how they would write that. And we know that the S is pronounced as a sh. So they write it S-A-U under this letter here. So, okay, and then here, going back over here, you have S. You have S. So, these two, the X and Y, both of these are consonants. So, you have a consonant here, and in the OOJ, it's the whole vowel. Like, well, the two vowels, that's the vowel, and then the J is just the tone. It's the high and low tone. So, yeah. So you have your high and low tone, and you have your vowel. Now, this here, this XY will be written like this. Like, okay, we know X by itself is this letter here, is this S sound. But the sh, the sia together will be the sia. And if it would be, if you look at it, you go to the Omiglot, it'll be written like this, the shio, because that's how they pronounce it. That's exactly how they pronounce it. Now, together. Now I'll spell this out, the whole word. I'll spell this whole word out. It will be see that? So you have sio, you have sio, and then you have shu. So you have two different spellings here, two different spellings. Now this spelling, look at this spelling here. This is the one I've been seeing in the books and other resources I've been using. They always spell it like that. You see? Look at the difference. They always spell it like this in the books. They spell it this way, not this way. So this one here is the shun. This is pronounced as shun, and this one here is pronounced as siu. So he said that it was just spelled like that. He said the people who are spelling it this way are misinformed. I mean, you know, he's Hmong. You know, his Hmong's better than mine. You know, he's a native Hmong, but I'm not sure how knowledgeable he is in the script. You see. However, one thing I found interesting during my research was that they basically said that this sion here, then, well, it was like my translation was like they're pretty much the same. My translation from that research I've done is that they're pretty much the same. I'm running out of time. I'm gonna make another video, and I'm gonna talk about this interesting thing I found out during this research. So I will be right back.